Namaste, dear students. Welcome to online classes, Bangalore University Digital Learning. Today in our session, we'll be discussing about paper fifth Shakespeare. This paper is prescribed for Bangalore University optional students, fifth semester. So in our session, I'll be talking about the sonnet of Shakespeare, Sonnet 116, Let Me Not to the Marriage of True Minds. It is one of the powerful sonnets and it is well-known sonnets among all sonnets Shakespeare had written in his career. As we believed that Shakespeare had written 154 sonnets, many of us believe that Shakespeare's sonnets are addressed to two different people or personalities. He may have well known and he may have well connected with those two persons personally. The first 126 sonnets seem to be speaking to a young man who is called Mr. W.H. The first 126 sonnets of William Shakespeare addressed to Mr. W.H., who is the best friend and young man of William Shakespeare, with whom Shakespeare was very much close and he had a very good relationship with him. So, this sonnet, obviously, sonnet 116, is addressed to the young man. Yes, as we know that Shakespeare is one of the most important personalities, powerful personalities in the field of English literature. He had written some wonderful works, dramas, tragedies, comedies, tragicomedies, histories, and so on. Not only in the field of drama, he had also given some contribution in the field of poetry, especially in the sonnets. He had written 154 sonnets and two long narrative poems. So, the sonnet what we are talking today, this is one of the most powerful sonnets Shakespeare had written in his lifetime. So, this sonnet talks about the true love and how the true love finds its own ways in order to operate in a different manners. Before we go to the analysis as well as the structure of the sonnet, we will have a sonnet before us, that is, Let Me Not to the Marriage of True Minds, a sonnet 116 by William Shakespeare, one of the most popular sonnets. Let me not to the marriage of true minds admit impediments. Love is not love, which alters when it alteration finds or bends with the remover to remove. See, in the first stanza, I am talking about the sonnet. The sonnet means generally we call it as a 14 line Shakespearean sonnets divided into four parts, three quatrains, and ends with couplet. 3 4 line stanzas and 2 line stanza which ends the sonnet, that is the couplet. So 3 quatrains and ends with the couplet, that is the formal structure of a Shakespearean sonnet. See, in the first stanza itself, we will have a look at the beautiful terminology which is going to be used by Shakespeare, one of the well-known sonneteer of the Elizabethan period. He talks about the true love, and when it comes to the matter of the true love, when it finds its alteration, it is not at all a true love. He is talking about what is not true love. See, true love is like a ever fixed mark. It does not move and alter as it finds the alteration, or it bends. It never bends with the remover to remover. Whatever the toughest conditions and the difficulties will come to every individual life. See, the true love remains as stable as it is. Like, let us go to the second stanza. We will have a clear analysis of the sonnet later in our session. In the second stanza, I mean the second quatrain, is talking about again. Oh no, it is an ever fixed mark that looks on tempests and is never shaken. It is the star to every wandering bark, whose words unknown, although his height be taken. Next quatrain, love is not times full, though rosy lips and cheeks, within his bending sickles compass come, love alters, not with his brief hours and weeks, but bears it out even to the edge of doom. See, whatever the questions arise in the first three quatrains, the poet will give the proper conclusion in the couplet. That is the last two lines of a sonnet. See, he is talking about the love, true love, first three quatrains, and asking a lot of questions to answer to the readers. At the end of the poem, I mean sonnet, he is going to giving a clear-cut view about what actually it means. What actually those three quatrains will carry through. If this be error, and upon me proved, I never writ, nor no man ever loved. Look at the powerful ending of a sonnet. Let me come back to that analysis of a sonnet later, and let us, look at the brief structure of the sonnet, how it is formed. See, this is a true Shakespearean sonnet, no doubt about it. Also referred to as an Elizabethan or English sonnet. This sonnet contains, as I told you, 14 lines. Sonnet obviously contains 14 lines, which are separated into three quatrains. I told you pretty clearly in the earlier of my session. Sonnet contains three quatrains, three 4-line stanzas, and end with a rhyming couplet that is 2 lines. See, in the last 2 lines, we will have a proper conclusion. Whatever the questions asked in the first three quatrains, he is having an answer in the last 2 lines. This sonnet is written in a iambic pentameter. This is a very typical form of the Shakespearean sonnet. Shakespearean sonnets are written in iambic pentameter. Iambs means one stressed syllable followed by an unstressed syllable. That is the typical structure of a William Shakespeare sonnet. Let us have a brief analysis and the summary, and as well as uh, the inner meaning of the sonnet. See, the sonnet 116 has proven that it has become one of the most universally beloved and celebrated poems in the English language as well as literature. It is one of the powerful sonnets. No other sonnets can come and beat this sonnet when it comes to the form and structure and its beautiful theme. The theme of the sonnet is undoubtedly a true love. This sonnet describes true love as an enduring, unbending commitment between people, in fact. See, the people believe and love, especially the true love. How the true love, which operates among the different people, when it comes to the matter of true love, it won't get its change when the alteration come as the time changes. See, it is a kind of a bond so powerful that only death can reshape it. See, when that concept to true love loses its shape means when only finds its end. I mean, by the death of a person, the true love that comes to an end. Until and unless the true love won't come to an end, when the person is alive, he still or she still believes in true love. It is moving and romantic. See, the love is like a moving as well as romantic concept. The sincerity we are talking about, when we talk about the true love, obviously the matter comes about the sincerity of its depiction of love. Shakespeare uses the imperative. This is the beautiful technique Shakespeare used in this particular poem, especially the imperative begins with the sonnet, beginning line of the sonnet. Let me not to the marriage of true minds. That is an imperative statement which is given by Shakespeare, which shows his persuasive tactics, how he is using the tactics in this particular sonnet. See, love does not alter when alteration finds, or when it finds the changes. If circumstances around it change, when love changes according to its circumstances, as well as when it finds the changes, it is not at all a love according to Shakespeare. It is like an ever fixed mark. It is as strong as it is. It shouldn't be changed in any point of time. See, in the first four lines, Shakespeare uses the imperative, that is, let me not to begin his persuasive tactics, and he continues by using negation with that little word not appearing four times throughout. See, that little word is not at all appearing throughout, four times. Especially the concept of love is talking about. It's as if he is uncertain about this concept of love and needs to state what is not to make valid his point. See, Shakespeare, my dear friends, students, he is talking about, he has proven in the first quatrain itself what is not true love. See, if love changes according to its circumstances, according to the time, according to the physical, mental, or spiritual change, it is not at all considered as a love. It is very clear what actually love is not in the first quatrain is talking about. Now, if physical, mental, or spiritual change does come, even some of the qualities which are very essential in the human life, like physical, mental, spiritual change, it does come in the individual life. Love remains the same. Love should be remain the same concept, as strong as the rock solid, strong concept. Love remains as it is, not supposed to be changed. It is a steadfast, and again it's a true concept. Now in the second quatrain, so we will come to the conclusion of the first quatrain. So love does not alter or change if circumstances around it change. It does not change at all. In the next quatrain, Shakespeare talks about, if life is a journey, if at all we are in a sea, we are at sea. If our boat gets rocked in a violent storm, we can't control. See, we are in a kind of a situation like where we are traveling in a sea. We are in the midst of the sea. Our boat gets sinked, and we are in the we are in the kind of a huge trouble. That trouble ultimately leads to sink the boat, and we are get rocked in a violent storm. And see, by that time, he is going to giving a beautiful example. Love is there to direct us, even though all the doors are shut in an individual life, but one thing which remains open, that is love. Love is there to direct us in a right way, like a lighthouse. When we are about to sink in the midst of the sea, we are struck with a violent storm. By that time, love is there to guide us. Love is there to take us into the lighthouse, like a lighthouse with a fixed beam. It has its wonderful beams in order to guide us, in order to direct us, in order to take us into the shore, guiding us safely home. See, love is like a safest concept. It will definitely guide us to reach us in a safe home. Metaphorically, again, see, this is a powerful concept where we talk about metaphor. Love, speaking about the love, it's a fixed star. It's an ever, it's a ever fixed star that can direct us in the right way. Love is like a fixed star. It doesn't shake, it doesn't move, it doesn't find its various ways. It is like a fixed star, and it directs us in the right way, undoubtedly. Unlike beauty, love is not bound to time. See, beauty, it will fade one fine day. See, the physical beauty we are talking about, definitely it will fade. Soon we are becoming old. We should not remain same as we are becoming older when we compare to our life into the younger days. Beauty, it will shade when it finds its older age. But love is not bound to time. It is not a time bound concept. It remains as a rock solid concept. It doesn't change. And you see, metaphorically speaking, again, love is a fixed mark. It doesn't change in the second quatrain. Now let us see about what is there in the third quatrain. Love transcends, see, the horse, the weeks, any measurement, and will defy it right to the end, until judgment today. See, until the last breath of our life will come in an individual, it will remains as strong as it is. It doesn't change according to the hours, it doesn't change according to the weeks, it doesn't change according to its measurement. It will defy till the end. I mean, the final moment of the life, the judgment day, the last day of our life. Love is not harvested by time's sharp edge. See, time is not at all associated with love, even though the time changes from hours to week, weeks to months, months to year, like that. The time is changing elaborately, but love doesn't change. If love changes, it is not at all a love, according to Shakespeare. It endures, it is an ever fixed mark, it is like a star, it doesn't change according to the circumstances, according to the situations. See, that is the reason why poet calls love conquers all. Love is the concept in this world. It has got an ability to conquer everything. So that, see, these are all the beautiful descriptions and concepts talked about three beautiful quatrains. And in the final couplet, the speaker finally talks about his certainty that love is as he says. If his statements can be proved to be error, see, whatever till no the couplet for last three quatrains talking about whatever he had spoken, if that is wrong, if that is an error, if he had proven wrong, he declares, the poet declares himself. See, the poet himself is the speaker, and he is addressing the sonnet to the young man. And in the final couplet, he declares that he must never have written a word if that is wrong, if that is considered to be an error. Whatever he had spoken, that is true. For the supportive statement, he declares that he must never have written a word throughout his lifetime, and no man can ever have been in love. If these are all the concepts talking about the love, these are all concepts are proven wrong, he would have been not written a word, and no man can ever have been love in this world. Nobody can have a concept of love in this world. So that we will come to the conclusion. This sonnet beautifully talks and sets a wonderful platform about the concept of love, how the love which stands as still as it is. It doesn't change according to the time, according to the circumstances, according to the years, according to the age. It doesn't take its roots. When the changes come, it is like a rock solid concept. It is an ever fixed mark. It is like a star which guides us in the in the darkness. Thus, this sonnet reaches its final conclusion with the rhymed couplet. See, look at the beautiful rhymed couplet you can observe in the last two lines. If this be error, and upon me proved, me the poet has proven wrong. I never writ. The poet would have been never write a single word, nor no man ever loved, nor no man in this world never loved. They did not know the meaning of love at all, if that is proven wrong. Here, the speaker is revealed to be Shakespeare himself, no doubt about it. The speaker of the sonnet is Shakespeare, and Shakespeare promises that true love will not falter or alter with the passing of time. If love alters and falters with the passing of time, it is not at all considered to be as a true love. Even in the face of time's deadly sickle, even with the deadly sickle, the concept that comes as a time, even if the time changes, but love doesn't change, it will remain rock solid concept, and it is like a star which guides us in the darkness. So that is all about today's session. I hope you understood the concept of Shakespearean sonnet. Especially with this sonnet, he is talking about the true love, how true love makes a beautiful shape of an individual life. If you believe on true love, your concept of understanding will be in a next level, no doubt about it. So that Shakespeare, in this session, we learned about Shakespearean sonnet analysis. We learned about his uh, uh, way of writing the sonnet, and we talked about the important concepts, how beautifully which are discussed in this particular sonnet, sonnet 116. That's all about today's session. Thank you very much. Happy reading. Stay safe.